Hi, boys and girls. So yesterday we read about Moody Cow and how he learned about compassion. Well, today we're going to read a book called Listening with My Heart. Now, in this book, there's a little girl, and she's learning self-compassion. Because just like you can have compassion for others and do things to relieve their pain and suffering, you can do things for yourself to relieve your own self from any pain or suffering or any worry or any kind of feelings that don't feel so great. Okay? So let's learn how this little girl learns self-compassion. And I'll turn it around so you can see it. And here it is, Listening with My Heart by Gabby Garcia. Esperanza's tummy fluttered as she practiced her lines on the porch. Today was the class play. Waiting for Mama to walk with her to school, she paced back and forth when she spotted a heart-shaped rock. There it is. Esperanza picked it up and showed it to Mama as soon as she stepped inside. "I see you found a little treasure," said Mama. Esperanza rubbed its rough surface and felt a twinkle of joy. "Maybe it's a sign." "For what?" asked Mama. She thought about the class play later that afternoon, wondering what it would finally be like in the spotlight. "To put my heart into everything I do," she answered. At that moment, they heard scratching and a soft cry. Esperanza peeked under the stairs and spotted a kitty shaking and shivering. No Mama in sight. She scooped the kitten onto her lap and cuddled her. "She's all alone. I think she's hungry." Esperanza reached out for her lunch bag, pinched off a piece of chicken, and offered it to the kitty, who gobbled it up. "Mama, I think the rock is a reminder to spread kindness and love. That's what we do when we listen with our hearts." "I think you're onto something," said Mama. "Can we keep Cleopatra, please?" asked Esperanza, who already named the kitty. "Queens are always welcome at our house," said Mama. "If she's still here after school, we'll take her in." At school, Esperanza was more focused on the play than on math or reading. Clutching her script during recess, she noticed Beau sitting alone on the bench. He was new in school this week and didn't speak much English. She wondered if he felt lonely or scared. Esperanza found a soccer ball and kicked it over to him. He does look a little sad, doesn't he? A smile spread across Beau's face. He stood, popped the ball in the air, and then bounced it between his knee and his head a few times. "Dude's got moves," thought Esperanza. They spent recess giggling and making hand signals. Afterwards, Esperanza borrowed Mrs. Owen's English Vietnamese dictionary. She wrote friend in Vietnamese, drew a picture of Beau and her, and put it on his desk. Esperanza rubbed the rock in her pocket. Listening with her heart made her feel peaceful inside. Finally, it was time for the performance. It was too late for Beau to be in the play, but he stood at Miss Owen's side as a stagehand. Excitement bubbled as Esperanza awaited her cue. There she is. Esperanza walked on stage, tripped as she was about to say her first line, and splattered across the stage. When she got up, she forgot her lines, so Miss Owen whispered them to her from backstage. Heat rushed through Esperanza's body as all eyes were glued to her. She wished she could disappear. Did you ever make a mistake like that and think that way? "I ruined the play," thought Esperanza, rushing off stage as soon as she had finished her part. "I'm such a dummy for forgetting my lines. I messed up in front of everyone." She tucked herself in behind some props so no one would see her. Esperanza noticed her body shaking and her face still burning. She took a deep breath and dug the rock out of her pocket. It was cracked and lopsided, just how she felt. Esperanza touched her hand to her heart and felt the disappointment. We've all felt disappointment, right? Beau found Esperanza a few minutes later and handed her a drawing with the word "friend" written above it. Esperanza nodded. She hadn't been treating herself like a friend. She was treating Bo like a friend, but not herself, huh? Esperanza realized this wasn't the first time she had been unkind to herself. At the soccer game last weekend, she missed the ball that swished by her head, and they lost the game. "Nice work," a player from the other team yelled, as the others laughed. Esperanza thought she let her team down and was the worst soccer player in the world. Thinking worse thoughts had made her feel worse. At the curtain call, Esperanza reminded herself she hadn't ruined the play. She had an accident, and accidents happen to everyone. Listening with her heart wasn't just about giving kindness and love to others. It was about giving it to herself, too. I can be a friend to myself, thought Esperanza. When Esperanza got home, she focused on her favorite things. She zipped down the hill on her bike and then spent the afternoon painting at the kitchen table. She also got the hug she needed from Mama and some cuddles from Cleopatra, I should say. So, we have some activities here that we can do. So, as Esperanza was thinking, some days stink, right? Not everything will go the way you want. You'll get upset, and when this happens, you can pause, take a few deep breaths, and practice listening with your heart. You can name what you're feeling. Whatever you are feeling is okay. So we're going to try that right now. So I need you to sit nice and tall, hand on your anchor spot or on your lap or however you want it. Close your eyes. I think this time we should put our hand on our heart because we're listening with our heart, and that helps us to listen. Helps us to keep our focus there. So close your eyes and just feel whatever you are feeling and name what you are feeling. Could be happy, could be joy, could be disappointment, could be sadness, maybe a little grumpy. Whatever it is, name what it is. Notice the sensations that you're having. So listening to your body, notice all the sensations in your body. Sensations are hot or cold. Maybe your heart is going fast, maybe it's going slow and calm. Pay attention to your self-talk. Are you saying words to yourself that are supportive and understanding? Or are you saying words to yourself that are mean and rude? Don't be mean or rude to yourself either. Just like you shouldn't be mean or rude to other people, be kind to yourself too. Are you being a friend to yourself? When we treat ourselves with the same kindness and understanding we give to everybody else, we're practicing self-compassion. So take a few minutes, wrap your arms around yourself and give yourself a gentle hug. You can even open your eyes for this. Arms out, give yourself a hug. Take a few deep breaths, ready? And close your eyes if you like and say these words to yourself. When I feel sadness, may I treat myself like the friend I need. May I show love and kindness to myself. When I feel anger, may I treat myself like the friend I need. May I show love and kindness to myself. Now think of feelings you experience that are difficult for you and fill in the blank here. When I feel, and then say whatever you're feeling, may I treat myself like the friend I need. May I show love and kindness to myself. You can gently open your eyes if you haven't already. So really be kind to yourself. You have to be your own best friend first before you can even be friends to somebody else. All right, so what loving and understanding words or phrases would you like to hear when you're having a tough time or feeling upset? What would feel good or comforting to hear? Take some time and see what words or phrases come up for you. Write them down on a piece of paper and read them to yourself whenever you need to hear them. So if you have a chance today, write down the words that you would need to hear when you're not feeling so great. And then Maybe take a picture and put it on Seesaw, and then you can go back to those words and say them whenever you need to. That's self-compassion, being kind to yourself. Miss Farmer signing off for Tranquil Tuesday, and I'll see you tomorrow.